Hey everybody, Pastor Eric here, and just in case you weren't aware, I am your campus pastor at Saddleback San Clemente, and I hope that you are enjoying these new videos that we've been doing for the past several weeks. I'm actually getting a lot of good feedback from those that are watching it, and people are saying that the content is useful and it feels good to be connected to this campus in this particular format. So we're going to continue in this video series today. I'm not going to introduce her just quite yet, although I want to say, hi, Savannah. How are you?
So good.
Hey, Savannah, I was just honestly, before we started this video, I was reading a book. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this book. It's called The Purpose-Driven Life. Have you ever read it?
Yes.
Have you? Do you
Like a
promise?
Saddleback requirement. Yes.
Okay, good.
Promise.
Do you own the book?
I do. I own quite a few. Yep.
Okay. Well, do you own the book that is actually signed by Pastor Rick Warren?
I do not. And, I'm a little jealous now.
Yep.
So thanks. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I might be better than you. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, okay?
It's fine. It's fine. I agree.
All right, guys. Well, here's a gig. We have Savannah with us today, and she has been at Saddleback San Clemente for quite some time now. And I'm going to just say this: Savannah is what I would say. She works in Saddleback Kids, and she's going to give you an overview of kind of her story and what she does here. But briefly, she helps out in Saddleback Kids. She also, I would consider her to be an all-purpose player for our campus. She is involved in so many different ways behind the scenes that you're never going to be necessarily aware of on some level, but her heart is so into this campus. And as of more recently, she's also helping us out by leading our Care Call ministry. So for today, before we just jump right in, Savannah, can you give us just a quick overview of, kind of how you got to Saddleback Church, and then what you specifically do with your roles here at Saddleback San
Yeah.
Clemente? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I started attending Saddleback Lake Forest in the 3rd grade when
Wow.
my parents moved me here. But yeah, I was that kid in the back that just didn't want, people coming up to her. So I was just like, please don't sit next to me. I'm fine. Let me attend church and head out. And then, I got into Kids Quest, which was kids small groups back then.
Wow.
And it was just really exciting just to grow up in the church and to see it grow, and to just grow in my spiritual maturity. And so once I graduated high school, I knew what I wanted to do. And at first, I was just, cleaning up the classrooms, organizing them. And then my responsibilities came more and more to connect with leaders and to connect with the families. And so I finally was led to San Clemente. And so I was at Lake Forest for 5 years on
Wow.
staff with Saddleback Kids. And I loved it, but I wanted something new and something more challenging. And so I moved on to the campus life with Melody Garrison, who's the shout out to her. Yes,
Go
she's
Mel.
rocking it. But yeah, so I moved to San Clemente campus, and it's been so exciting just to get something new. At Lake Forest, you kind of have your slice of the pie, and it's really cool. You get to learn that pie, and then, but at the campus life, you kind of have a slice of everything. So I'm able to learn new things, and so here at San Clemente, I'm setting up the classrooms for the weekend and for KSG. I'm organizing, I'm helping Mel in the journey with connecting with leaders, and just kind of serving alongside her. So I'm doing what I love best, which is also hanging out with the kids. So yeah, I really enjoy my staff role.
Well, I say it all the time, and I'm going to say it right now publicly. And I actually said it yesterday at our team meeting. Is just, you are an incredibly humble leader, and you show up with a great attitude in everything that you do. You have a palms up attitude, and it's an absolute pleasure to serve with you. When Mel early on was talking about bringing you on, she was so elated and excited to work with you. And I would say this, during this COVID moment, Savannah, like you said, can you, at the campus level, on some level already at the campus level, you have to have kind of an all hands on deck approach. But even more so during this pandemic, because, we're doing so many different things as a team. So just thank you so much for what you bring to this team between your creativity, your humble heart, your strategic thinking. I mean, literally, God has equipped you perfectly for this moment. And I have no doubts, like he's going to use you in big ways after Saddleback San Clemente, which is going to be probably in 20 years, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, we're
Right,
good.
right,
We're set for 20 years. Yeah.
very cool. All right. Well, you know what I want people to really understand it and to maybe have a greater understanding is I think even right now in this moment, we're still in that COVID, moment and, the numbers are going up and, you're hearing a lot of different things in the news. And once again, we kind of hold everything very loosely. And we also know that we're also moving in a very fast pace to meet people's needs in a lot of different ways. So I'm saying it every video because I want people to really understand the church is more alive right now than I've ever seen it. There's a sense of revival going on, and there's no doubt that people are being moved into different directions of serving during this moment. So, a couple months ago or so, you took on the leadership of a ministry, our Care Call ministry, and I just want to make sure everybody understands what that even means. Savannah, can you help us out?
Yeah. So when the statewide, stay-at-home orders went into effect a few months ago, Saddleback jumped right into the ball of how can we care for our community. And so that's when the Care Call ministry was developed. So it's a ministry that calls calls up the members, or even people that one time they filled out a contact info for Saddleback or for a specific campus. And so our care callers reach out, and just love on them emotionally. Sometimes, some physical needs are needed. And so, they'll reach out to other resources we developed, as well as some just emotional support, just if you need some prayer, you need some love, you need some guidance. And that's what our care callers are doing. So they're in that battlefield, just connecting with, those in the community.
That's awesome. If,
Hmm.
if you would, if you wouldn't mind if I were to dive a little bit deeper in this and kind of go wherever you want. I know we have to protect the privacy of people in terms of just any names and things like that. But, I'm assuming like your care callers, they're they're probably getting a variety of different requests and needs. Is that correct?
Completely. I mean, the need continues till today. I mean, just certain marital situations that are happening as people are closed in together, and a lot of physical needs, as in there's still lots of, other illnesses, diseases out there that are hitting people hard. And it just makes it a lot more rough, when you're inside kind of feeling lonely. And so a lot of the calls that we have are people that are living alone. And so you kind of forget, like, sometimes there's people out there that don't have a family to quarantine with or a family to hang out with, and, talk with. So our care callers are calling them, and they're realizing, that these people have a deeper need for just someone to talk to. And as well as our care callers. So a lot of the stories I've heard have been, the care callers have been fed themselves spiritually. We're just being able to have a conversation and relate to somebody. If one of the care callers I read had, a child with special needs, and she was having a rough time, but she took that dive into being a care caller, and she, got on the phone with somebody who also has, a son with autism. And so they were able to just connect and, lift each other up and encourage each other. And so it's stories like that that make you think like, wow, this ministry is doing so much more than just saying, hey, what's up? It goes a lot deeper.
That's good. It's powerful.
Hmm.
The stories that you
Hmm.
share every single week always, I'm going to say, really put things into perspective for me as the campus pastor and for us as a team, that there are a lot of people out there that are still hurting and going through a lot during this
Hmm.
moment. Savannah, so if a person, kind of two things. One is there are still people at our campus that I have no doubts that they might be feeling a little lost as to how they can even get involved to help. We talk about this week after week after week that, hey, one of the biggest opportunities is in our food pantry, which happens every week. That's a way to get involved in a very physical way where you're present at the
Hmm.
campus level. But Care Callers gives you a little bit more, I'm going to say, freedom and I'm going to say a perceived safety of your own home and things like that. So I'm assuming, are you still looking for people to jump on board to help out with being a care caller?
110%. So at San Clemente specifically, we've made over 1,000 calls,
Wow.
and that's just with a team of 20 care callers. But people's schedules changes, they change each week. So if, a care caller can't make a call a certain week, I'm always looking for more callers to just continue that number to grow so that we continue to reach out to the community. So just reach out. Yeah, we are always, looking for new care callers as well as card writers. You know, Sometimes you're not comfortable with making a call. And so we have some postcards that you can write and just write an encouraging verse and send that out as well. So we're looking for people who want to reach out into the community and serve, but from the comfort of their home. So it gives you that, flexibility to be able to stay home and still serve your church and serve the community through love and giving the community hope.
It's awesome. All right, so let's get down to the nuts and bolts of it. If they wanted to start serving immediately, how would they get in contact with you directly?
Email.
Okay.
Email me. Yes, that is the best way. So savannahv@saddleback.com is my go-to. And they email me, I will get them on a list. I have resources. I don't just have them, okay, good luck. Here are the numbers. Let me know how they go. But I'll give them a script, some resources. We have lots of resources at Saddleback Church, just for different numbers to give them if they're needing some, a deeper need that you can't provide as a care caller. We have different resources to give them that they can call and get those resources. So reach out
That's
to
a
me.
huge point right there. I mean, but we want to surround you with support between Celebrate Recovery, our prayer ministry. I mean, there's just so many different
Mm-hmm.
ways for us to connect with you to provide that support that you might be needing. And I just want to remind you, church, it's important to understand that we're at Saddleback Church, Saddleback Church, and this is a Saddleback Church campus, which we're the San Clemente campus, and we get to serve in the community, this community, which is so unique and so special to me, and I feel so called to it. And I just want to remind you that, at Saddleback Church, we believe in balancing the 5 purposes, right? So when you think about your small group, are you balancing the 5 purposes in your small group? And then are you balancing the 5 purposes in your life individually, right? Are you serving? That's a component of it, right? Are you involved with some sort of fellowship, whether that's Zoom, right? And then as things start to loosen up, you get to be in a more personal type of setting with people in the homes or outside of the homes and in an outside environment. The fellowship component will continue to change and morph. But the reality, though, is we need to be balancing those 5 purposes. So, if you're not serving right now, I would just say don't misunderstand that there are opportunities to serve right now. So that's the reality of it. And I want you to know that as your campus pastor, I'm here for you. If you ever want to talk to me, you can email me, start there. That's probably just a good way to start it. And that's eric@saddleback.com. Savannah, thank you so much for being here today. Once again, it's a pleasure to serve with you, and have a great day. And I will see you guys in the next video.
Bye, guys.